Finally, in almost 16 years, we now have a proper Japanese supercar. I know, you can make the argument for cars like the LC500, the NSX, but the LC500 is not a supercar, unfortunately, and the NSX was never really seen as one. In fact, the older gen NSX is more of a supercar than the last gen that was discontinued. When it comes to like everyday cars, consumer cars, sports cars, and even the motorsports, they're excelling, like they are thriving so well in those like aspects. But when it comes to like production supercars and hypercars, they're not even trying. The LFA is like the last proper supercar that came out of Japan, but right now that car is like an investment property. People don't drive them that much, and I don't really blame them because if you had bought that car back in 2010 to 2013 when the car came out, by 2025 into 2026, that car would have made you over $700,000 in profit. So you can't really blame them. But now, for the first time and the longest time, Toyota and Japan is giving us a brand new supercar because it's been a very long time. And it's called the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT, or the Toyota GR-GT in short. And then this video is all you need to know about it. But before we start discussing anything, guys, I am Meno and this is my YouTube channel. And this channel will talk cars, nothing related to cars. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Watch the video to the end. And if you like it, give the video a thumbs up. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. And let's get the video started. Now, starting off with the part that I know you guys are most excited for, powertrain. So the car is going to be powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine in this hot V configuration, which means that the two turbochargers are like in the middle of the engine at the top, in between the two top cylinder heads. And the engine sends power to the gearbox mounted at the rear of the car through a prop shaft. So the engine is at the front and the gearbox is at the back, and they did that for weight distribution. So the axle is integrated into the gearbox, which means that it's a transaxle, which means that both of them are housed together and they send power to the rear wheels only, making the car rear wheel drive. But the car is going to be hybrid, and I'm not even mad because first of all, even if I'm mad, it doesn't change anything. And secondly, if it were entirely up to Toyota, they wouldn't do it. So it is what it is. So altogether, the system puts out 641 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The car weighs 1,750 kilograms, giving it a power-to-weight ratio of 366 horsepower per ton. And that puts it on par with cars like the 911 GT3 RS, the Nissan GT-R Nismo, the Artura, the 911 Turbo S, the Vantage, the AMG GT, but not so on the level of, let's say, the Lamborghini Temerario or the Ferrari 296 GTB. But don't get it twisted. This car is not going to be slow, and this is just the base version of the GR-GT. And also, this car is built for the driving pleasure, like it's built for the driving experience, for track performance, and not for like straight line acceleration. So don't expect any like groundbreaking speed when it comes to like straight line speed. And now coming over to the performance numbers and stats are not available yet, but Toyota claims it's going to be able to do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds with a top speed of around 200 miles an hour. But here is my prediction. So I am predicting that the GR-GT is going to be able to do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and on a good day it can dip down to 3.4, 3.3, 3.2 seconds depending on the track or maybe the weather and the tires. So this is just my prediction. And as for the speed, they are like right around like 200 miles an hour, but I'm going to say 201 miles an hour. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let me know your predictions in the comments too. And now coming over to the design, and unfortunately this is why will get controversial, but just hear me out. So it really depends on who you ask, but if you ask me, I will tell you that this car looks ugly. Just hear me out. I'm not really sure of what I'm saying, but I genuinely think that when we like look at those Japanese cars, especially when we know about their culture, their heritage, their history in motorsports, we don't see the cars for what they actually look like. We associate them, like we associate the looks with their culture, their heritage, their history, and most especially that their culture. Like we see them along with their culture, which is really beautiful, and sometimes it clouds our judgment. We don't like see them for what they actually look like. Don't get me wrong, Japanese brands, they make really good looking cars like the LC500, the Lexus RS lineup, the R34 GTR, the Corolla, and so many others. But I think that like some of the Japanese cars that we glaze today don't actually look as good aesthetically as we think. Although the looks might not be the best part about those cars, but let's just look at the design alone. I don't know where I heard it already, but someone pointed out that this car looks like the Toyota Camry, and I'm pretty sure the person is talking about the 2025 Toyota Camry, which happens to be one of the worst looking Camry ever. That brother just woke up one morning and decided to speak facts. Coming over to the front, this car has this very long bonnet, like this very incredibly long bonnet. Like I thought the bonnet on the 8.2 Superfast and the 12 cylinder was long, but this is way longer. Like the bonnet is like 50% of the overall length of the car. And then there is the headlights, the daytime running lights, and the intakes, which makes this car look like the 2025 Camry. On the side, there is nothing much going on except like the air outlets from the front wheels and the air intakes for the rear wheel chambers. And on the side is where you get to notice the very long bonnet. Like you get to see how long the bonnet is. And at the back is my favorite bit about this car. I just love the back end. I love the light strip that goes across the back, the huge air outlets, the main diffusers, and the dogtail, the GT logo at the back, and the quad exhaust tips that sounds reasonably impressive. Take a listen. On the inside, they kept it nice and clean, nice and simple. You have the touchscreen display, the physical buttons, the nice seat, the steering wheel. It might not be the most futuristic interior or like the most tech-focused interior, but it's going to be practical, which goes to show you that it's not just going to be a concept, but a car that is going to go into production. And back to the exterior, like they seem to be going with the flatline, boxy, squared up design that I'm beginning to dislike. Like Ferrari is going with it, Jaguar is going with it, and so many other brands are going with it. And I'm yet to see a brand that has got it right. So in my humble opinion, I think this is a trend that needs to stop. So overall, I will give this car 5 out of 10 because I think it's a car that you either grew to love or you grew to hate. You either like it or you hate it. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but I am giving it a 5 out of 10. And now coming over to the chassis and chassis component, the car is going to be based on an all-aluminum chassis with carbon fiber reinforced body shells. The chassis is going to be suspended on the axles by a double wishbone suspension both at the front and at the back. The car is going to come with Brembo carbon ceramic brakes as standards with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires developed exclusively for this car. And in case you don't know, this is a track setup, which means that this car is going to be a track day whipper. And that brings us on to the reason why this car was made. Like I mentioned earlier, Toyota and the rest of Japanese brands has been lagging behind in the supercar and hypercar race. Toyota in particular is like over 10 years behind the rest of the world. So this is like a turning point for them. At the unveiling of the JR-GT and 2 other models, Akio-san, who is the former president and CEO of Toyota, also the grandson of the founder of Toyota, was addressing the audience with a huge display screen behind him that says humiliation, both in Japanese and in English. And he was talking about how they've been left behind by the Germans, Italians, and now the American brands in the pursuit of track performance, specifically at the Nürburgring. Mind you, the fastest production car to ever come out of Toyota is the GL Supra, and that car is nowhere near the top runners at the Nürburgring. And that very concept and realization of their humiliation has led them to make this car, and I am having a good feeling about this car. The setup, the configuration, the power, it's all giving hope. But what I'm not so sure about is the no rear wing, because I've never seen a car do a sub 7-minute lap around the Nürburgring without a rear wing. They could try it, but I doubt it. Maybe it's going to depend on the customer whether they want the rear wing or not, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that Nürburgring test without a rear wing. And now coming over to the price is yet to be released, but some say it's going to start around $300,000, $150,000, $225,000. Some say it's going to start around $400,000. Nobody's really sure about it, but let me include myself if we are doing this. So it's going to start around $250,000 and it's going to rise up to $400,000 for the top trims. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments down below. As for the release date, the car is going to be available from 2027 as a 2027 model. Toyota also unveiled the GR GT3, which is going to be the race car version of the GR GT, and also they unveiled the new LFA replacement, which is the sports concept, and it's going to be electric, but I don't mind because that car looks super fine. When are they going to be released? Nobody knows. We just have to wait and see. And with that, we've come to the end of the video, guys. So let me know what you think about the car in the comments down below. What do you think about the design, the looks? What do you think about like the performance? What is it going to do like at the Nürburgring? Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. And with that, we've come to the end of the video. So if you like the video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. It goes a long way for the channel. Subscribe to the channel for more videos and share the video with your friends and family if you think they're going to like it. And with that said, thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in, and I am sure to see you in the next one. Peace out and stay safe.